It absolutely seems that I'm not a conspiracy theorist after all. Everything that I've been telling people is coming true. We have statues of Lucifer popping up all over the United States. They won't let people hang a flag or say God. Christians are being put on kill lists. This is an absolute fact. So that means all the southern states, you literally are terrorists. Gun control is getting more restricted. More laws. In the Bay Area, in Alameda, where I used to live, they have a training exercise going on called SHIELD. You know, the same television program that they create this popularity? They conform the minds of the people. Oh, SHIELD is good. No, it's not. They're militarizing our police force all over the nation. Giving them weapons, just like they give ISIS weapons, ISIS guns. It's a war on people. They plan on stealing your water and your food, collapsing your economy. And they're doing it right underneath your nose. I said on many of my videos, you can go back and watch them, that you will be able to use the energy of your mind to turn on your lights and to start your car. When I complained to a company called Clico here in Louisiana about light energy, smart meters, one of the things I told, because a police officer got involved, is I told the police officer, I said, "Sir, this is dirty energy. It's radiation. They're consuming the planet with dirty energy." I said, pretty soon you're going to have a chip planted in your head and you're going to be able to start your car with a chip. That's why there's an ignition lawsuit on GM. It's starting to where all the dirty energy, they're getting rid of God's energy and they're implanting Satan's energy. Same thing they did in the days of the pyramids, the Egyptians and the Romans. What was the pure energy that came to purify the earth? Jesus, the bloodline of David. He came to purify the earth, and they killed him. Now, he made an impact, and he spread the word of truth, and it slowed them down before they could dominate the world. But we're living in the days to where Satan is going to try to dominate the planet. He knows he's dying soon, so he's going to dominate the planet. There was a commercial that a real estate agent did that had the Pledge of Allegiance, and they will not allow it on TV. So it seems that all the advocates for not having a Bible in our schools all came from our governments and our bankers, our corporations. This SHIELD event in the Bay Area, they say it's a testing. Well, I worked in major corporations. They always test a product in an area before they launch it. They're doing the same thing the corporations are doing. You know how many products I tested in certain markets? Many. And when they were successful, they would launch them. What they're doing is to see if the people will conform to these agendas, these agents of SHIELD to militarize the police force. And the sheriffs, and they're going, wow, we're getting all this money, we're getting all these weapons, isn't this cool? Not realizing that they're going to be asked to fire on their own people. Right now in Australia, they're arresting people who say that ISIS is a fake, false flag war based on the media. They're absolutely arresting them. I forgot the number, but it was huge. So what did I say 3 years ago on videos? Yeah, I had a lot more fear than I have today. I was a little bit more paranoid. But everything I'm telling you is coming true. And the only thing that's going to stop this invasion is human consciousness. Human consciousness connected to God. Not human consciousness connected to Satan. Sorry. You'll lose the war. This is the world wars. This is the war on the world. It's literally an alien invasion. And they've been doing it for hundreds of years. That's why they've been drilling for oil and copper and all these minerals that Mother Earth needs, to where they're literally killing the orgone energy of the planet, the Schumann resonance. And that's why your skies are so disruptive. Spiritual warfare is real. Rihanna has a tattoo on her breast of Isis. They're raising the spirits of these gods, and they're sacrificing the bloodline of Jesus Christ in order to raise the spirit of Satan. You have to understand something. The bloodline of Jesus has to stay alive, or the planet dies. It goes into a dark age. These positive energies that these bloodlines are producing through their consciousness is keeping this planet alive. That's why they celebrated the death of the 12 disciples and Jesus, number 13. That's why they have 13 stripes. That's why they have 13 stars. The seal has 13 leaves, 13 berries, 13 arrows, 13 colonies in the original states of the United States. This is a celebration of the death, of the conquering of a man, a bloodline that kept the earth from slowly going into a new world order of world and religion domination of Satanism. Where is the Pope? Where are the real churches? Where are the religions? Joel Osteen, why is he not talking about Satan being placed? Why is he not standing at the Capitol and the congressman? He's got all this popularity, right? He's not doing it because he's part of the problem. I'm telling you, the organized religions are part of the problem. The Vatican's not standing up to Congress saying, wait a minute, why are you not allowing us to say God? They're not standing up because they're part of it. They're the operators of this organization. Your Mormon church, your secret societies, they are behind the scenes operating this, and they're conforming the minds of the weak. And they're killing the bloodlines of David, the Star of David, Jesus' bloodline. Jesus wasn't the only man. There were thousands of bloodlines of David. And they're all over this planet. They're in the United States. They're all over the world. That's why they want to control the world. Once they get rid of these bloodlines, and that's why they're targeting you and surveillancing you, they think that you have that chromosome alive in your DNA. And if that chromosome is alive, you're seeking the truth right now, and you're fighting. You're fighting for truth. And this is why you're fighting for truth, because we've passed through the constellation of Pisces, the duality of man, and we moved into Aquarius, the waters of wisdom. And those constellations are pulling on your mind. Those energies, the Schumann resonance of the earth, the vibrations of the earth are changing. And so are you. You're evolving. And you're trying to take the souls with you, and they're trying to take souls with them. And they are Satan. It's obvious. Why do you think your government would allow a satanic statue in Oklahoma, Detroit? They're all over the place. And can't have a commercial on TV that says God, or a Bible in the schools. We can't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore because that says God. Pretty soon they'll take out "In God We Trust" on the dollar, because that's just a giant deception. You've got all kind of satanic symbols on the dollar, and then you say "In God We Trust." That is an insult to God. That's like saying, "Hey man, you're stupid, smart guy." Right? How is that a compliment? How is that honoring your Creator, Father? Satanic pagan gods and pagan symbols and satanic eyes of Ra and the celebration of the conquering of Jesus Christ with the blood flowing from the blue. The 5-pointed stars are crooked. Jesus has been tilted. The earth has been tilted. The energies of the earth are being changed from good to upright to crooked. That's what the five-pointed star is. That's why it's on all the corporations. That is the Schumann resonance of the Torah, the magnetosphere of the earth. And that's why they're spraying you with chemtrails. That's why they're fracking your land. That's why they've got smart meters. You're under attack, a silent attack. The American Indians didn't know what the fire-breathing dragon gun was. They didn't have a clue. And that's why they lost. And you don't know what these weapons are, and you're losing. So that's why I decided to wake people up to smart meters, fracking, and weather warfare, geoengineering, and chemtrails. That's my choice to fight for that. That's my decision to teach people that truth. But I see all the other negative things that go along with it. And all I do is try to teach you. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a paid liar, that's for sure. I don't even get paid for this. I have taken and said no to evil corporations, from banking and to media. Both times they asked me to do something horrible. I have said no to the Catholic Church. I have said no to the Mormons. I've even said no to Hollywood. They wanted me to do a pagan, horrifying movie. Kept calling me. You've got the role. All you got to do is come to LA. And I said no. I'm not doing that. The guy's like, what's wrong with you? And then I was told by one of the secret societies that owned a bunch of businesses, I'm going to get you, Fred. And he came after me. I said, well, good luck for you. Because in the long run, you're going to lose. I always knew that God was going to reign over this planet. And Satan is giving you this false identity that you are going to have to run and hide and hoard food. When he comes, he's coming. And the death of the body doesn't matter. So why are you trying to save yourself? Oh, well, let's get some guns. Let's do this. Oh, crap. Who cares? The gun to me is a representation of freedom. I don't live by the sword. And you can't either. What are you going to do? Kill your neighbor like the bankers want you to do because you've got some food? That's crazy. When the New World Order comes, believe you me, I'm going to starve to death. Because I'm not standing in a line and I'm not killing people for money or food. And I'm not going to go try to get possessions at Walmart. And I beg you to do the same. Because it's coming. I don't know if I'm going to be alive during this time, but it sure seems that way because as fast as it's moving, I'll tell you, God's coming and Satan's got to go, well, let me get out there. We've got to move, guys. We've got to move. Militarize your police. Put statues of me all over the place. Raise the goddess Isis and go to war and sacrifice the blood of David in the name of Satan. Obama did a speech. And deliberately he stand in the middle of the seal and there were horns of Satan over his head. Now you tell me that that wasn't deliberate? This is honoring spiritual warfare. Look, boss, look what we did. Look what we did, boss. We killed people in the name of ISIS. Right? One of your fallen angels. The Mormons are going, look, we put a statue of Moroni, one of the fallen angels, on the top of your building, on the dome. The Catholic is going, look, I wear a hat of Dagon, El, the fish god. I'm honoring you, sir, and I'm deceiving the people. And look, God, look, Satan, I put a statue of a naked man hanging on a cross, and I convinced the world to eat his body and drink his blood. And you're doing it. And God's sitting up there going, I love him, but enough is enough. And We have the opportunity to save ourselves, to please God, until He rains His terror down. The thing is, His terror is not going to be rained down. He's just going to allow it. We destroyed ourselves. God's hand didn't come down and create the flood in Noah. I will never be able to believe that. I believe that mankind destroyed himself. Always private planes flying directly over my house. I believe they're dropping things out. These are receiving devices or some type of poisonous crap that stops us from ascending to the light. I get comments from people, oh, this is... I say, you know something? If you're watching my videos, you're on a list. And if you're watching my videos, you're either a spook or you're on a list. And you've been chosen to sacrifice your life for truth. And that's a fact. And God chose you. Your name is going to be written in the book as long as you stand by God. Read Luke chapter 21. But you have to stand by God. You cannot fall prey to money, fear, none of it. Got to stand in love. You got to love self. And you got to love God. And all the things that He created. And I tell you, He didn't create money. He didn't create armies. And He's not creating chemtrails. I'm looking at that pine tree right there. That sucker's dying. Look at it. It's not green. That one too. It's got almost as much brown as it has green. And a pine tree's roots go almost as deep in the ground as it's tall. When the trees die, we die. I watched a video of a science project that they're going to absorb CO2 emissions. Well, CO2 is nothing but a fraud. It's fake. CO2 is what the trees eat. And they photosynthesize and it creates oxygen. They know that. So they're actually creating some kind of a fluffy looking material. And they have proposals to put them all over the planet. And listen to this, it's going to take 160 million of them to clean up the air. These are gigantic filter devices. So in other words, Satan wants fake trees. He doesn't want God's trees, right? He wants fake trees. Mankind is destroying God and then creating Satan's world. What do you want to do? You want to walk around and see some, what looks like a cell phone tower with a giant filter sitting up there? Or you want to see a tree? That's your choice. The trees were made by God. The giant filter and the cell towers were made by Satan. Technology is a way to seize and to possess all the possessions of the original bloodline of David. The abilities of telepathy, to be able to communicate without voice, and be able to connect to love through the vibrations of the earth. Thank you for watching.